host city of the 2020 Awanna Cup. I'm Daniel Prock alongside colleague Joey Zadro, and we've got some exciting action ahead tonight for you to watch. We want to introduce you quickly to our race manager, Scott Norris, our pit crew chief, Art Smoligo, and our crew members, Natalie Norris, Alex Smoligo, Prix Smoligo, and Devin Smoligo. Joey, won't you tell the viewers at home a little bit about what they can expect out of our racers tonight?
There is nothing quite like the Awanna Grand Prix. The passion, the pageantry, the glory. You can almost feel it in the air. Now, there's no people here, but if there were people here, you could feel it in the air. The past champions, Sarah Zadro was a grand champion.
A great champion.
And that other kid, that one time, he was a champion. That kid was awesome. And we look forward to crowning a new champion tonight. Tonight, you will see glory unfold here at First Baptist Church.
That's right.
Collinsville.
Let me give you a quick rundown of the format. It's simple. Each car will run 4 times. Their times will be averaged then to determine the winner of each division, as well as the 4 fastest cars, which will then race for the Grand Championship. We will also take the average speed of each divisions and award a team champion. We have 5 teams. Puggles and Cubbies are our blue team. Sparks Girls are our pink team. Sparks Boys are our green team. TNT Girls are our purple team. And TNT Boys are our red team. And now we're going to take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsor.
I can't wait.
Excited here at First Baptist Church to be able to sponsor the 2020 Awanna Cup. I know the boys and girls worked hard on their cars this year, and we're excited. I invite you to join us Sunday morning at 11 o'clock for our special live stream on Resurrection Sunday. You can watch it on fbccollinsville.org, our website, or on Facebook Live. We look forward to seeing you then as we celebrate the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. God bless you. See you soon.
All right, and we're back. It's time for the races. First up, our very first race. In lane yellow, 101, Sam Fiddler. In lane 2, or lane blue, number 102, Christopher Hudson. In lane green, number 103, Judah Prock. And in the red lane, number 104, Jeremiah Barnett. It's time for the races.
That was a very smooth transition. Great job, guys.
On the cars now? Okay, we're good. We're good.
Go for it.
All right, and we have our very first winner, Christopher Hudson, with a blazing speed of 2.68.
I thought for sure your kid was going to win that race.
Well, we did add extra weight to his car.
All right.
But unfortunately, it did not work out.
They're setting the track for another one of our races. Let me tell you about one of our sponsors tonight. One of our first sponsors that we have is Spatula City. Wonderful folks at Spatula City. They sell spatulas, and that's all.
That's right. Our next race in the yellow lane is Judah Prock. In the blue lane is Jeremiah Barnett. In the green lane is Cadiz Finn. And in the red lane is Ella Wells.
Magical.
That was the wrong deal, though, wasn't it? Oh, that's right. All right, and again, Christopher Hudson comes in at a blazing 2.66 seconds. Now, in our yellow lane, Judah Prock. In our blue lane, Jeremiah Barnett. In our green lane, Cadiz Finn. And in the red lane, Ella Wells.
And they're off.
And this time at a average speed in miles per hour, 185 miles Cadiz clocked. What a fast way down the lane.
We haven't had anyone that fast since the last race.
That's right.
Thank you.
We'll have in our yellow lane Jeremiah Barnett, in our blue lane Cadiz Finn, in the green lane LOLs, and in the red lane Willow Wilson, one to look out for.
Fantastic.
And down the lane again, Willow Wilson coming in first this
so
time.
let me see if I understand this. There's a line down there, and if a car passes that line first, it's the winner. Am I correct?
That is correct. That is usually how it works.
Okay.
They start
Just
at the top,
making sure I
and they
understand.
end at the bottom.
At the bottom.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yellow lane, Cadiz Finn. Blue lane, LOLs. Green lane, Willow Wilson. And red lane, Lane Miller, named appropriately for the Awanna races. And this time, LOLs again. Oh, we had a statistical tie between LOLs and Willow Wilson. You don't see that very often.
You know, when you say LOLs, it sounds like you're saying LOL.
That is true. It sounds very similar.
Every time you say it, I think.
And you know what? When I see Ella, she makes me LOL because she's just so
very
funny.
Good. So it's not just a clever name.
That's correct. Next up, LOLs again in the yellow lane, in the blue lane, Willow Wilson, green lane, Lane Miller, and in the red lane, a new racer, Paisley Pendleton. And LOL's coming in first that time, 2.6. And again, at an average mile per hour.
The reason I ask about the finish line, Daniel, is because when I was a kid and we did the Pinewood Derby, my father didn't put weights in my car, and so my car never made it to
Never
the
made
end.
it down to the bottom.
Never did.
You've
never
never
knew what
finished
was
a
going
race.
on. No, never.
In the yellow lane, Willow Wilson, blue lane, Lane Miller, green lane, Paisley Pendleton, and the red lane, Claire Brinson. And what a tight race that was.
Wow.
This time, Paisley Pendleton coming in first at 2.6, an average mile per hour of 185 miles an hour.
Now, I thought Claire Bear had that one, but that was a tight race.
Usually when I
good.
go 185 miles an hour, I get a ticket. In the yellow lane, Lane Miller. In the blue lane, Paisley Pendleton. Green is Claire Brinson. And in the red lane is Amelia Chambers. No one's ever accused Zach of being a good speller, but Amelia Chambers gets the win.
Let me take just a moment while they're setting up another race to tell you about another one of our sponsors tonight. Tonight we want to encourage everyone to remember to be social distancing, and couch potatoes can save lives. That's right.
That's true. In the yellow is Paisley Pendleton, in the blue is Claire Brinson, and the green is Amelia Chambers, and in the red is Channing Cobb.
Neck and neck. This one's going to be tight.
And we had another statistical tie, 2 in one night, between Paisley Pendleton and Claire Brinson at 2.6550
So
seconds.
if you don't cross that line first, you're not the winner?
You are not the winner. In fact, some would call you the loser.
Oh, we don't use that word.
That's correct.
Here,
We
Daniel.
don't. Everybody gets a trophy.
That's right.
It is, in this race, yellow is Claire Brinson, blue is Amelia Chambers, green is Channing Cobb, and in red is Faye Morgan. And that time, Amelia Chambers clocks in at 187 miles an hour.
You know, if you're having trouble with the whole social distancing thing, I had someone tell me the other day that a little toot will do you. If they're a little too close to you, yeah, just let one of those out and they got to back up. You know, stay safe, stay smart, stay stinky.
That's right. In the yellow lane is Amelia Chambers, blue lane is Channing Cobb, green lane is Faye Morgan, and in the red is Whitney Pendleton, sister of earlier racer Paisley Pendleton.
Got a bunch of rainbow cars on there. It's confusing me. I can't tell who's who.
This time, Amelia Chambers again with a very speedy race of 2.6 seconds down the track. We'll now move. Yellow lane is Channing Cobb. Blue lane is Faye Morgan. Green lane is Whitney Pendleton. And in the red lane is Cambry Porter.
And they're off. Wow.
And Channing came in 2.7, 182 miles an hour. A fast heat there for Channing Cobb.
Absolutely fast. Very good, very good.
Now we have in the yellow is Faye Morgan, in the blue is Whitney Pendleton, and the green is Cambry Porter, and in the red is Tanisa Brown. Whitney Pendleton and Tanisa Brown coming in at the same time, 2.7420 seconds. That's not even a minute.
That's true. That is so true. You know, this next race, Daniel, is being sponsored by the Eyebrow Eliminator. What's the Eyebrow Eliminator, you say? Well, it's just a simple thing to help you eliminate that unsightly unibrow. So unibrow that unibrow and get an eyebrow eliminator.
That's right. And in the next race, Whitney Pendleton in the yellow, Cam Porter in the blue, Tanisa Brown in the green, and Conrad Blom in the red. Tanisa Brown coming in at 2.7510, a blazing speed.
I find that many of your racers have the same artistic style. I have a hard time telling the cars apart.
They were very big fans of Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh.
And they chose to paint in his style.
There you go.
Yellow lane is Cam
Leonardo
Porter,
DiCaprio. I think
blue
you
is
mean Da
Tanisa
Vinci.
Brown, green is Conrad Blom, and red is Cade Chambers.
Wow, that one wasn't close.
And Tanisa Brown kind of ran away with that one at 183 miles an
The
hour.
other ones, they did a great job, but Tanisa, my goodness, fantastic.
Next up is Tanisa Brown, Conrad Blom, Cade Chambers, and Wyatt Miller. Wyatt, the first of the Miller boys to run. There's quite a lineage of many racers sharing a family.
Wow.
And Wyatt Miller coming in at a blazing 2.6 seconds.
Patiently waiting for his race and just dominated.
He took advantage of the opportunity he was given.
Absolutely. Seeing how the track was running and stayed off that wall was a fantastic run.
Sometimes you just have to execute. It's all about execution. And he executed there. And this one, yellow is Conrad Blom, blue is Cade Chambers, green is Wyatt Miller, and red is Kanan Rosser.
Wow, that was close.
Ooh, a very close race between Kanan Rosser and Wyatt Miller. In the miles per hour, it was 183.97 miles per hour against 183.35.
This next race, Daniel, is sponsored by the new Marvel movie, The Quarantines, which is a movie about four teenagers who saved the world by doing absolutely nothing.
My tickets are already purchased.
There you go.
In the yellow is Cade Chambers. In the blue is Wyatt Miller. In the green is Kanan Rosser. And in the red is Michael Tittle. And Kanan Rosser coming in just ahead of Wyatt Miller by, I can't even tell you how much close that was.
Thank you, Collinsville Public School.
And in the yellow is Wyatt Miller. In the blue is Kanan Rosser. In the green is Michael Tittle. And in the red is Riker Walters.
Looks like it's Wyatt. Yes.
And Wyatt comes in 2.6620, a fast car and a fast run for Wyatt. Really a fast 4 runs for Wyatt.
Yeah, Wyatt's a real contender, but all 4 of those racers have a real shot tonight, I would think.
Next up in the yellow is Kanan Rosser. In the blue is Michael Tittle. In the green is Riker Walters. And in the red is Daisy Hagerden. Daisy was in our Final Four a year ago. And Kanan Rosser comes in 2.6590 to win this heat.
185 miles an hour. Fantastic.
Now we have in the yellow Michael Tittle, in the blue Riker Walters, in the green Daisy Hagerden, and in the red Michaela Nithyanandan.
He did spell that one right. That's good.
And it looks like Michael Tittle comes in just ahead of Michaela Nithyanandan to win this heat.
Let me take just a moment to plug another one of our sponsors. It's Yappy's Dog Treats, made with real beef with just a hint of liver and cheese.
Next up in the yellow is Riker Walters. In the blue is Daisy Hagerden. And the green is Michaela Nithyanandan. And in the red is Kennedy Parker.
Kennedy Parker. Here we go. Very tight.
And pulling ahead right at the end was Riker Walters to win that heat, followed by Kennedy Parker, Michaela Nithyanandan, and Daisy Hagerden. Next up in the yellow is Daisy Hagerton. In the blue is Michaela Nithianenden. In the green is Kennedy Parker. And in the red is Eden Rosser.
Yet another family right here being represented. The Rossers. This is our second Rosser of the night.
And Kanan did well. We'll see if Eden does as well.
Ooh, that was really tight.
And
wow.
Eden Rosser comes in 2.7240 seconds to win the heat. Just barely edging out Michaela Nithianenden, followed by Kennedy Parker and Daisy Hagerton. And now in the yellow, Michaela Nithianenden, blue, Kennedy Parker in the green, Eden Rosser, and in the red, Addison Smith. Addison Smith just edges out Eden Rosser, followed by Michaela Nithianenden and Kennedy Parker to win this heat. A tight race, all coming within just a few moments of each other.
My eyes must be playing tricks on me because that's not how I saw it.
Now we are in Kennedy Parker in the yellow, Eden Rosser in the blue, green is Addison Smith, and red is Jaden Von Ashen. Well, you haven't been able to go to the eye doctor very recently because they've been closed down.
I did. I canceled 2 appointments, as a matter of fact. That's the truth. It's the truth. Oh, that was a clear-cut winner.
Yes, Jaden Von Ashen won that race quickly at 2.6430, an average mile per hour of 187 miles an hour. Joey, what does it feel like to go 187 miles per hour?
I wouldn't know. I'm a big, slow guy.
In the yellow is Eden Rosser. In the blue is Addison Smith. In the green is Jaden Von Ashen. And in the red, Alyssa Wissinger. And Jaden Von Ashen again wins that heat, followed by Addison Smith, Eden Rosser, and Alyssa Wissinger. In our next race, we will see Addison Smith, Jaden Von Ashen, Alyssa Wissinger, and Isabella Wissinger, a battle of the Wissingers.
Wissingers, yeah. You know, I can only figure going that fast is like being married to Haley Zadro. I mean, it's a wild ride. It's fast times at the Zadro house. It's good. What are you laughing at?
And Jaden Von Ashen again wins 2.6580 over Isabella Wissinger, Addison Smith, and Alyssa Wissinger.
This would be a good time for another sponsor. We're sponsored tonight by Butter. Butter's slippery. We love butter because it lubricates our arteries and veins. So get some butter today.
In this race, in the yellow, Jaden Von Ashen. In the blue, Alyssa Wissinger. In the green, Isabella Wissinger. And in the red, Emma Helm.
You like saying Wissinger.
I really enjoy their last name.
Whew.
Wow. And speeding ahead was Isabella Wissinger at a blazing 2.6660 seconds, 185 miles an hour. The next race in the yellow is Alyssa Wissinger, in the blue is Isabella Wissinger, in the green is Emma Helm, and in the red is Hanley Leonard. And again, Alyssa Wissinger coming in at a blazing 185 miles an hour to win that heat.
It wasn't even close.
One great thing about that race, if you listen closely, you would hear her whistling by as her car went down the track.
I think that was just the air passing through Zach's ears.
The next race in the yellow is Isabella Wissinger, Emma Helm in the blue, in the green, Hanley Leonard, and in the red, Lacey Viles. And Isabella Wissinger again, just ahead of Lacey Viles, followed by Emma Helm and Hanley Leonard.
Hey, Daniel, do you ever have that person in your life that you feel like they're not living the way that they should? Maybe not on the path that they should be?
Sure do, Joey.
But it's difficult to tell someone like that they're doing the wrong thing.
So what do you say I do?
You send them a rebuke-ogram.
Oh.
A rebuke-ogram is a nice way to say the truth hurts, but I love you.
In the yellow is Emma Helm. In the blue is Hanley Leonard. In the green is Lacey Viles. And in the red, Tressie Hunsaker.
Ooh, close race.
That was a tight race. All of them right within a few seconds of each other. But Lacey Viles gets the win over Tressie Hunsaker, Hanley Leonard, and Emma Helm.
Of a second within each other.
Next is in the yellow, Hanley Leonard. In the blue is Lacey Viles. In the green is Tressie Hunsaker. And in the red, Hannah Ivy. Hannah Ivy is going to win this one in a blazing 2.68 seconds. 184 miles an hour when it's clocked by big car size.
You've got a pretty big car.
I do. It's a Jeep.
It's a Jeep.
Next, in the yellow is Lacey Viles. In the blue is Tressie Hunsaker. In the green is Hannah Ivy. And then in the red is Connor Billups. And Hannah Ivy again wins this heat over Tressie Hunsaker in second, Lacey Viles in third, and Connor Billups coming up in fourth.
Fantastic race right there. Lots of drama.
Next race will include in the yellow, Tressie Hunsaker. In the blue, Hannah Ivy. In the green, Connor Billups. And in the red, Braxton Chastain. And Hannah Ivy again with a blazing 2.6350 seconds, 187 miles per hour.
You know, Daniel, these times can be a little bit overwhelming and a little bit lonely. But you don't have to be lonely. You can go to quarantineonly.com. It's 6 feet apart, but not lonely at quarantineonly.com.
I'll have to look into it. In the yellow, Hannah Ivy. In the blue, Connor Billups. In the green, Braxton Chastain. And in the red, Steve Gates.
Steve Gates? Oh.
Again, coming down the track, Hannah Ivy in first, Braxton Chastain in second, Connor Billups in third, and Steve Gates coming in fourth.
Whatever track Steve was in, that one seems to be running kind of slow all night.
Well, it's because Art is standing on that side. On the next race, in the yellow, Connor Billups. In the blue, Braxton Chastain. In the green, Steve Gates. And in the red is Deacon Williams.
Come on. Exactly.
And the winner there, Braxton Chastain, followed by Connor Billups, Steve Gates, and Deacon Williams in the rear.
You know, Deacon, I heard his name about 700 times at my house today because Hollis was playing Fortnite with Deacon, and all I heard was Deacon, 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 all day long.
That's because Deacon doesn't have a headset. Next up in the yellow is Braxton Chastain. In the blue is Steve Gates. In the green is Deacon Williams. And in the red is Xander Willingham. The winner there was Braxton at 2.7 seconds, followed by Xander, Deacon, and Steve Gates.
You know, in these troubling times, we can't go out and shop for our significant others, but there is a new line of cosmetics that has come out for women in these quarantine days. It's called COVID Girl.
Oh, yeah? Tell me more. My wife's birthday's on Monday.
Sneezy, wheezy, COVID Girl.
In the yellow is Steve Gates. In the blue is Deacon Williams. In the green is Xander Willingham. And in the red is Hollis Zadro.
Hollis Zadro, here we go. Oh, Hollis is a good run.
Winning that heat was Xander Willingham, followed by Hollis. Coming in third was Steve, and in fourth was Deacon Williams.
Hollis, I will say this, he finished second in the lane that's been running slow. I'm just saying.
That's true. And now in yellow, Deacon Williams. In the blue is Xander Willingham. In the green is Hollis Zadro, followed in red by Everett Grimsley.
I can hear Hollis's car saying, Deacon, 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 as they run. Ooh.
And this time, Xander Willingham gets the win. Everett in second,
run,
Hollis in
Xander.
third, and Deacon in fourth. Xander blazing down the track at 182 miles per hour. Next in the yellow, Xander Willingham. In the blue, Hollis Zadro. In the green, Everett Grimsley. And in the red, Caden McGarrah.
I saw Everett the other day. I waved to him from my porch.
Winning that one was Caden, followed by Xander, Everett, and Hollis in fourth.
Oh, Hollis, he's being a servant leader tonight.
The Bible does say that if you'll be last, you will be first.
That is correct.
Unfortunately, last doesn't give you a trophy. In yellow is Hollis Zadro. In blue, Everett Grimsley. In green, Caden McGarrah. And in red, Jason Gray. The winner there was Jason with 2.6, and he was running in the red lane.
Should mention one of our next sponsors. Our next sponsor of the night is deodorant. You know, sometimes just a couple of swipes of deodorant under the arm can make me feel really good, and I maybe don't even have to shower for like a week. Deodorant.
Only 1 week?
Only 1 week.
Next up, Everett, Grimsley, Caden, Jason, and Jackson. Coming in first, Caden McGarrah right there just ahead of Jason Gray, Jackson, and Everett coming in fourth.
Sorry.
The next race in yellow, Caden McGarrah. In blue, Jason. In green, Jackson. And in red, Brighton Blom.
Why am I sweating?
Winning that one was Jason, followed by Jackson, followed by Caden, followed by Brighton. But a very close race between the four of them. Maybe the closest we've seen tonight.
It's pretty close, and it was hundredths of a second that
true.
separated them there.
That's true. Next, Jason, Jackson, Brighton, and Sam. Sam Fiddler.
Woo, nice race.
And Jackson came in at a blazing 2.6750 seconds ahead of Jason, Sam, and Brighton.
You know, Daniel, sometimes we have that friend of ours that we're just a little worried about. We don't know what their situation might be, but there's a new product out that you can give to someone that you're concerned about. It's the Left Behind Survival Kit.
In the yellow,
up at christianbook.com today.
In the yellow is Jackson, in the blue is Brighton, in the green is Sam, and in the red is Christopher. And Christopher Hudson coming down quick down the lane. Wins this one, followed by Jackson, Brighton, and Sam.
Is this the last race right here? The last race? The last race brought to you by Peter Pandemic. It's a 12-gallon jug of peanut butter for when those kids keep asking what's for dinner. You say, go get some Peter Pandemic.
That's right. Our final race of the first round of heats is Brighton Blom, Sam Fiddler, Christopher Hudson, and Judah Prock. After this race, we will get to see who races for the Grand Championship. And Christopher Hudson wins this one, followed by Sam Brighton, and coming in fourth was Judah Prock, my own child.
I really
thought
you were going to rig it for Judah this year, but it didn't seem to go that way.
All right, now we are live here at the end of our races, and we will be determining very quickly who the top four average statistical racers are going to be. Those four will get to race for this prize, the Awanna Grand Championship Trophy, a trophy of glory and honor, one that rivals the Lombardi Trophy, the Super Bowl, the Hockey Championship, the Grey Cup, all of those trophies that you can think of. This is the one that people want to win more than anything. However, there will also be some averaging done, and this mighty trophy here, the Awanna Cup, a team trophy given to those who win as a team. We have the red team, blue team. It will be mounted somewhere in our kids area in our church, and they will get to have the pride and joy of having their team color listed underneath it. Joey, I'm going to send it over to you to share a little bit about your days as a racer and your Pinewood Derby days while we adjust or figure out the averages.
I was a lousy racer. In fact, I was not good at it whatsoever. I did, however, win the Royal Ambassador Fishing Tournament. That's right, and I caught the biggest fish, and no lie, the fish was about the size of this car right there. It was a bad day for fishing, but nonetheless, I took home that biggest fish trophy, and I was a champion a winner.
That's right. Now we have our statistical, our top four racers. And here they are. Our top four, our final four, racing for the glory of being the grand champion. Amelia Chambers in the yellow, Kanan Rosser in the blue, Jaden Von Ashen in the green, and Hannah Ivy in the red. Now what they will do is they will race four times. They will race four times, and the average of those four races will determine who the champion is. Many times we have people that wonder, my child won a couple of the races, but they didn't win the trophy. It's because their average speed wasn't the top speed. So it's the average speed of these four races. We will begin now to see who takes home the Grand Prix Championship.
I can hardly wait.
In the first race, Hannah Ivy comes just ahead of Jaden Von Ashen in second, followed by Kanan Rosser in third, and Amelia Chambers in fourth. We will now swap the lanes. Kanan Rosser moves to the yellow lane. Jaden Von Ashton moves to the blue lane. Hannah Ivy moves to the green lane. And Amelia Chambers is in the red lane.
Woo,
Another tight race. This time again, Hannah Ivy coming in first, followed by Jaden Von Ashton, Amelia Chambers, and Kanan Rosser in fourth. We will swap the lanes once again. Jaden Von Ashton moves to the yellow, Hannah Ivy to the blue, Amelia Chambers to the green, and Kanan Rosser in the red. How many races left?
Tight down to the finish.
And in this one, Hannah Ivy again in first, followed very closely by Jaden Von Ashton, Kanan Rosser coming in third, and Amelia Chambers in fourth.
When you guys were writing Amelia Chambers' name on there, did you like stumble and fall into the keyboard, or what happened there?
I don't think Zach's fingers hit the keys exactly how they're supposed to be. All right, now in the yellow lane, the final race in the yellow lane, Hannah Ivy. In the blue, Amelia Chambers. In the green, Kanan Rosser. And in the red, Jaden Von Ashton. And winning this race again is Hannah Ivy, followed by Amelia Chambers, Jaden Von Ashton, and Kanan Rosser. We will take a short commercial break as we calculate the averages for the team and for the championship, and we will get a quick word from our main sponsor.
Excited here at First Baptist Church to be able to sponsor the 2020 Awanna Cup. I know the boys and girls worked hard on their cars this year, and we're excited to see them all race just as you are. I want to invite you to join us Sunday morning at 11 o'clock for our special live stream on Resurrection Sunday. You can watch it on fbccollinsville.org, our website, or on Facebook Live. We look forward to seeing you then as we celebrate the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. God bless you. See you soon.
And we're back. We're thankful that you would join us tonight for this wonderful event of racing to determine our grand champion. We will also be determining our team champion. But let me first tell you who the Awanna Grand Prix champion is. There were many great racers tonight. Many competed hard. They put their blood, sweat, tears, and paint into these cars. And it was a lot of hard work the last week of February, the first few weeks of March, until we no longer could attend and come to church. And so we're very thankful and proud of our kids, their hard work for this race. We were sad that they were not be able to attend in person, but we're glad that we were able to do it this way so that you could see who our grand champion is. And so the winner of the Awanna Grand Prix 2020 is none other than Hannah Ivy. Hannah, congratulations on winning the race this year. You are a grand champion. We will make sure to get the trophy to you as soon as we can. We aren't going to make any announcements tonight. We do have division champions, first, second, and third, and we'll be getting your trophies to you as soon as we can. But Hannah, we want to congratulate you again on a wonderful victory and a hard-fought year. Now to our new defending champion, Hannah Ivy.
Hannah Ivy.
All right, and now to announce the Awanna Cup champions. We have five divisions. The blue is the Puggles and the Cubbies. The pink is the Sparks girls. The green is the Sparks boys. The purple is the TNT girls, and the red is the TNT boys. And they all raced. They all ran fast. All these teams put together great effort and energy as they worked on their cars and painted and prepared and put stickers on them.
Yes.
And all comes down to one team who will get to celebrate for the next year as a Awanna Cup champion. It goes to none other than our Cubbies and Puggles. Our blue team is the Awanna Cup champion.
Way to go.
Way to go, Cubbies.
And Puggles.
We want to thank you for tuning in tonight and watching our live stream, watching the Awanna Cup races. And again, congratulations to our blue team, the Puggles and Cubbies, as well as Hannah Ivy as our grand champion.
Appropriately sized
for the Puggles and Cubbies.
Yeah.
I could not have planned it
There you go.
better. We want to thank you for tuning in. We'll see you Sunday morning at 11 as we celebrate Easter Sunday right here in Collinsville at First Baptist Church.